Well, hello there, fellow world travelers. Liz Rollins here, your group leader for our EF tour to Germany, Switzerland, and Austria in summer 2025. I just wanted to say hello. As of today, May 23rd, 2024, the date of this recording, we are T minus 13 and a half months away from our tour to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I wanted to touch base with all our travel crew to ensure that we are planning ahead to make our trip as smooth as possible, minimize stress, and maximize our enjoyment for everyone. Along those lines, there are a few things I want to discuss to make sure you have them on your radar. So grab a calendar and something to down some notes. We're going to be discussing passports and documentation, rooming, tipping and money on tour, to-do lists, and what's next. Don't worry, you will hear this information again in our pre-tour meetings next year, but this recording is just to give you an early overview into what's ahead. The earlier you know and you can start checking things off your to-do list, the sooner you can breathe a sigh of relief and just focus on the learning adventure ahead. So let me ask you, why are you traveling? Is this your first time on a plane? First time to another country? Are you hoping to see things you've only seen pictures of before? Are you hoping to make friends, learn about other cultures? Or are you looking forward to having this experience with a parent or another member of your family? Whatever your why, know that this will be an experience you will remember for the rest of your life. I still remember my EF tour in high school, and I would not give up that experience for anything. It was one of the best experiences of my entire time as a student. We will need to comply with all entry requirements of our destinations, and that includes your passport. So first of all, do you have it? Check your expiration date if you do. The expiration date needs to be 6 months after our tour. So if your passport expires before January 2026, you will need to renew and receive your new passport prior to our trip. If you have it and the expiration date is okay, go ahead and submit that on your to-do tab with EF. It must be uploaded at least 4 months prior to our trip, so that's no later than March 23rd, 2025. Do you still need your passport? That's okay. Follow the link in the email that I am sending to you to fill out your application. There's a fill-inable form if you go to that link. You can then print those documents that you fill in and take them to our local courthouse here in Pendleton County, the clerk's office upstairs. Pay attention. It will tell you on that application additional items that you will need, such as your passport photos, which can be done at Walgreens here in Franklin, checks for fees, because I don't believe they're able to take cash or cards. I think it has to be checks. And then also any proof of identity that you will need should all be listed on your application. So you'll bring those with you. Some countries do require additional documentation, such as visas, in order to travel. That's not, I'm sorry, that's travel identification visas and not Visa credit cards, just in case anyone's confused. If a visa is required for any of the countries we'll be visiting, I will let you know in our pre-tour meetings next year, so don't worry about that right now. For now, just focus on your passport. This is very much a group learning environment, and as such, the rooming on tour, all of our travelers default into our standard rooming arrangements unless they pay for an upgrade. So I just wanted to touch base on that. Below is an overview of our standard and upgraded rooming options. Standard rooming would be 3 to 4 students rooming together based on gender. combo of twin and double beds, depending on the layout of the room at the hotel. Adults will be roomed in a twin room with another adult of the same sex. Upgraded rooming options. Students can upgrade to a twin room for $90 a night. If the student does this to room with a parent, then it only costs the student to upgrade. The parent does not need to pay to upgrade. If a student upgrades to room with another student, the other traveler will also need to pay the fee for the upgrade to a twin room. Adults can upgrade to a single room for that same fee of $90 a night. And there is another option for a family room, which can consist of either two adults and one student or one adult and two students. And if you are interested in that, please let me know and I can tell you more about that option. Additionally, based on the hotel you are in, rooming configuration can look a little different. So I just wanted to give you a heads up there. It might look different from hotel to hotel. If any of you have rooming upgrades or questions about any of the rooming situations, you can reach our travel support team online or through the chat or by calling 1-800-665-5364 by phone. And again, I'm not sure of the exact number of days. I need to check on that. But the sooner you let us know about the desire for an upgrade, the better, because I believe it's 110 days. I could be wrong on that number. I will double check and let you know. But yes, the sooner you let us know if you want an upgrade or about rooming situations, the better. So, 3 things to think about with tipping and money on tour. Tips. Don't forget that we collect tip money that goes to the tour director, the bus driver, and the local guides for the entirety of the tour. We collect this as we get closer. For the student travelers, the travel club will be picking up the tip cost, but adults will need to pay that amount. The estimate for tips is $14 per day per traveler, so about $170 per adult. I will ask this amount be given to me the closer we get to the tour, as I'll be the one to distribute the tips to the drivers and the tour guides on behalf of the whole group. So make sure you come prepared with that tip amount, and I'll let you know as we get closer to the tour. Add-ons. We are adding 2 add-on excursions that we hadn't initially signed up for, and I think I'd mentioned this to everyone in an email. One is the Sound of Music walking tour, and the other is the Swiss fondue experience, or the Swiss culture experience. The total of those 2 add-ons will be $150 per person, and we will all be participating in those 2 things as a group. For students, the travel club will cover this amount, but adults will see a charge for that amount on their account as we get closer to the date. So I just wanted to give you a heads up there. I'm already getting some questions about spending money. How much should you plan to bring? A good rule of thumb is about $30 to $60 per day, which would cover things like any meals that aren't included, souvenirs, drinks, free time activities that you decide to participate in. It's always a good idea to budget extra money, but a good rule of thumb is $30 to $60 per day. And we'll be talking about all of these things again as we get closer to the tour date, but just to give you a heads up early on, I wanted you to have this information. So get an early start on your to-do list this summer and go ahead and start knocking some of these things out. Again, we will go over all of these in our pre-tour meetings when we come back to school in the fall, but now is a great time to start checking some of those things off your list. Things to consider: log into your online traveler account and check your payments. Make sure everything looks good there and your records show what they show as well. Begin your passport process and get it ordered this summer. It does usually come back fairly quickly, within a month even, but there are instances sometimes it does take longer. So the sooner you get that, the better. Notify me of any rooming upgrade requests, and if you have any questions about that, give them a call at the number I gave you earlier in this slideshow. Use the customizable fundraising link that I sent you earlier this year, and you can share that with loved ones or on social media to help offset the balance of your tour. People can donate towards your travel for gifts for things like Christmas or birthday. Instead of giving you a gift, they can give you money towards your trip to cut down on that balance. There is, again, an EF Global Citizen Scholarship if you're interested in applying for that. It is a $1,000 need-based scholarship, and I can give you the link to apply to that. I think you have to apply by February 1st, 2025, and then they announce the awardees at the end of February that same month. So I can send that link if you're interested. And lastly, let your friends and family know that you're traveling. Encourage them to enroll this summer if they want to go with you. While payments are lower than what they would be next year if they sign on late, the payments are considerably larger. So if you still know people that are on the fence, better to sign up early than sign up later. It makes the payments more manageable. Here is the link to your traveler account. It's right up here in the upper left of your screen there. When you go, you can log in. You can look at the itinerary. You can look at your to-do list and timelines. They have a checklist right there on your traveler account, and you can check and stay on top of your payments. And lastly, I have had some questions about where do you go to submit your passport information. On your home page at the bottom, you'll see right there at the bottom it says passport information, and on the right side there's a blue button that says submit information here. This is a reminder to me as well because I need to submit that information as well for my passport that just came not too long ago. So let's all get that taken care of as soon as we can. And that is all for now. Thank you very much for your time. I'm getting very excited about going on this adventure with you. My contact information is here on the screen if you need it during the summertime. My cell phone number, which is there, and my personal email, the Gmail, those are the best ways to reach me during the summer. So that's there for you. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. You can text me, you can message me on Facebook Messenger, whatever your preference, but don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you, and I hope you have a great summer, and I will talk to you next year, and we'll get ready to go on tour.